What about you, Faith? What's your story?
Guys, you want me to cry? So, I've had many episodes like Dana. One of them that I think was very high impacting was this one. A recruiter reaches out to me on LinkedIn for a site reliability engineer position at Amazon. Amazon in South Africa. You guys, I've not applied for this opportunity. A recruiter has reached out directly to me. Get this job. First day, I'm like, am I looking to switch jobs? Maybe I'm not looking to switch jobs, you guys. Then I remember the data structures and algorithm questions, the DSL, the lead code that I have to do to prepare for this position.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm comfortable in my current position.
Hi everybody, welcome again to our another episode of Global Tech Sailors. So it's been a while since we were seated here,
the four of us,
full house, and today to Kuapa full house for a very hot topic. So I would first of all want to welcome my co-host. Let's start with the dearest lady here.
Wow. I'm not famous, but I am Mwikali. Well, I'm on the road to becoming famous. Software engineer, co-hosts. What else? I don't know. We'll know as we continue.
Good to hear you that you're aiming to be famous. We are rooting for that. Yes?
I just want to make money, man.
Not famous.
I don't care about fame. My name is Faith Kilonzi. I'm one of the co-hosts here at Global Tech Sailors, a software engineer as well, and incoming big data practitioner.
Woohoo! Okay. Big Tato's in the house. Yes, our lady on the Diana ametokelezea. I don't know if you guys have noticed, but this lady alisema leo we are shaking off the building. So please tell us the famous
Unawachacha.
Like it is true. I'm giving you your flowers. You look nice.
Thank you, Joy. Trust Joy to always shout out any chance she gets.
It's actually good. It's a good thing.
Anyway, hi everyone. I am Diana Mongina. I'm not the famous. I'm just Diana, a girl from the village trying to make it out.
Under-resourced
In Nyamira County.
I'm also a software developer and an upcoming data scientist. See you on the other side.
Which is the other side?
Oh, yes.
And I am Rhonajoy Koome, a software developer and a co-host here. And we'll get straight into it. So, Diana, tell us, what are we talking about today?
So today we are talking about a very interesting topic.
Dear
topic that I hold dear to my heart.
I tell you, I knew.
We are going to talk about imposter syndrome. It's a topic related to mental health, but we will touch on the basis of tech. So we'll start with what is imposter syndrome for the people that don't maybe get to know matters to do with mental health. So imposter syndrome is, in the simplest way to define it, is just feeling inadequate to do things, or your skill sets are inadequate even though you have really made effort to make them adequate. You feel like a managerial position, or even as a junior, maybe you're starting off your career, you don't feel adequate even as a junior developer. For developers, you don't feel adequate to be a team lead, you don't feel adequate even to do this podcast thing. It is in every field, but the most affected field is tech because of the continuous innovation and change in the field of tech. So we find that most people are really being affected with imposter syndrome. So the feeling of inadequacy is
self-doubt.
Yeah, self-doubt. You feel like, I can't do that. But you really can. It's just the fear that you have. And I remember a few days ago, if you follow me on Instagram, think the only thing I do on Instagram is just post reels
And read
And
comments.
No. You also post easy affirmations and wisdom and
Mental
giving hope.
health.
Yes, Diana is a person.
yeah, and read comments, people's comments. So I posted a reel on a day in the life of a software engineer. I think also Faith Kilonzi had posted it. And I went to the comments. I enjoy reading people's thoughts. So I went to the comments and read. Someone was saying, I always fear, I want to be in tech, but I really fear being in tech because I don't feel adequate. And the person that had posted that reel told you it's the nature of a software engineer to have imposter syndrome. That is the nature of any software engineer's mindset. Like
it's a kawaida thing.
Yeah.
Ni kama it's their day to day. You have imposter. That's normal. When you tell someone, may I have imposter syndrome? That's normal, my
Welcome
friend.
to my life.
And it kept me wondering, how have we really normalized these mental issues? But maybe it's not our fault. It's just the nature of the things that we do.
But I think it also now speaks to the fact that it's not about normalizing it, but there's also the positive side of normalizing it when, if I say, you guys, I chickened out of this thing, or I'm feeling like, do I really, or I need affirmations. You guys, like, I need some pep talk right now from how I'm feeling at work. And it just makes you feel like you can relate. You felt that before. And
True.
you're not alone.
Yeah.
So it's also the consolation of it. And that's why we are having the topic.
Yeah.
I think maybe if I can add to the definition, I read somewhere on Google that the term imposter syndrome was first coined in 1978 by two women. One was Pauline Clance and Suzanne Ames, and they were psychologists. They studied women in high achieving areas or fields, and they realized that most of the women in those fields did not attribute their success to their skills or their hard work. They always worked and felt like they were going to be discovered or exposed as frauds. So, but it was until the 1990s. It wasn't until 1990s where the term imposter syndrome was widely used. So in 1993, Megan Fox published a book called The Imposter Syndrome, When Success Makes You Feel Like a Fraud. So, which helped to bring the issue to light for a wider audience. I mean, today, I think people in most fields just face it, regardless of whether they are women or not. And I'm sure a lot of people in tech, like 90% of people in tech have also faced it. So, yeah, there are also those days that you feel like,
not enough.
I'm curious. If they were not attributing their success to their skills, what were they attributing the success
Luck.
to? Or luck.
Yeah, like maybe I was just lucky enough to be nominated for this job.
To get a position.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, so I also, as I was looking at this topic, I came across the 4 types. There are 4 types of imposter syndrome. I didn't know that.
Okay.
That is why podcasting is a very good thing. You get to learn. So there's perfectionist. When you experience imposter syndrome, you want to do things in a very perfect way. So when you don't, no longer the people that have OCD.
Yes.
When they clean, alafu kaache weke to a small particle somewhere, they feel like killing you.
Yes.
Now that is how perfectionist also. If they maybe do a project, then one ka bit you end off guard.
Yes.
Then there are the natural genius, those who in primary school or high school they used to top.
Yeah.
Number 1, number 2, number 3.
That is me. I take it.
Is
I
she
think I
telling the
also
truth,
had
Kilonzi?
that. Yeah, me also.
In high school.
In high school.
Yes, she was part of the choir. She had long hair.
Choir. It's choir. Let's continue.
I'm still a genius.
So that attribute. Then when you get to university, you see the way the university you meet very brilliant people.
Yes.
Now you find that you're not the only one that is
Smart.
succeeding.
Yeah.
So
People have,
maybe you are smart because of the environment that you are in.
maybe ulisomea huko Nyaururu.
Yeah.
Mwikali.
Kisi County and you're the only person.
Mwikali, yeah.
No.
Kisi,
I learned in Machakos.
yes, it's Machakos.
Interior,
Use Machakos
interior.
from now on.
Okay.
Yes.
Maybe Wakamba.
Wakamba very bright by the way. Look at me and Kilonzi.
I mean, have you met any other?
Anyway, I will reserve my thoughts on that. Yeah, so there's that natural genius. Now, when they get to a place where they are not the top anymore, they struggle with that and wanna feel
Get
imposter syndrome. So wanna feel, bona si mimi, bona, where is it? Then there's the superhero. Superhero ni you are very good. Yeah, you are very good, very good, very good. Then slight change kana ku weekend unakosa kufanya kazi for the next 5 months.
Wait, how are you superhero?
Anyway, I think I am superhero.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's that. Then the expert ni kama tu perfectionist.
So you learn your confidence is based on how much knowledge you've been able to acquire, the certifications, the degree. So the very day that you encounter something that you've not read,
You feel
I feel out of place.
And I think also from how you've described it is, as human beings, I feel like our education system has really taught us to be competitive from day one. You're either number one or you're number last. So you grow up feeling like you have to measure up to a certain standard.
Yeah.
So the very day that you don't get it because you did what you are supposed to do by the book, you realize that maybe I'm not that smart.
Yeah.
The moment that maybe you are interviewing for a job and maybe you are not sure that you could get it and you get it, you start questioning, did I really deserve it? Or you face some challenges. Yeah, I guess it's really all these things coming together to make you feel like, are you really here? Do you really deserve to be here?
Are you adequate enough?
And the last part is we have rugged individuals.
Okay.
They have spent their entire life wale problem solvers.
Okay.
Hawa kuna shida ya light kwa nyumba wana solve. There's something in class, mathematics, watu waelewi statistics, they're the ones who are solving that. Then wanafika point, I can't do this.
Okay.
Like they get tired of being.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Then wanapata imposter syndrome, wanaanza kufeel, why am I the only one who is doing it? Why can't others do it? Like nikawa na get tired of being the only ones being picked.
Okay.
That's interesting.
That's not clicking for me, but it's all right.
I feel like it's very much related to the superhero kind. It's the superhero kind where you're always the one up to. So you're the savior of the day. Then you get to a point where it's not working or you've done something and it's not the solution anymore.
Makes sense.
Makes sense.
It's more, from how she described it, it's related.
Okay.
Okay, so
I can't wait for these guys to be vulnerable
you can
and share
tell
their
us
experience.
who are you from the four.
From the what IFC?
You don't know.
Okay, so
You're not
I think
sure.
I think I'm in the natural genius kind. Just because it looks cute, but also I think for the longest time, personally growing up, I was always book smart. And throughout my school, I was book smart until I got to university and I met people from all over the world. And hey,
You realize you're not smart.
Not even sure.
I was
But
smart.
there are other smart people.
Smarter people.
Yes. And also because at that point, I was in a typical Kenyan education system, got an A. Yes, got an A.
Yeah, say it louder, please.
Then here I am. I've gone into a liberal arts university in Ghana, and I realized that, okay, we have so many people from South Africa, from Ghana, from Nigeria, over 30 countries represented in the class, and everyone has something to offer. For heaven's sake, I'm doing computer science, and computer science is something I never did. So I've come out from being smart about something that I already know to something that I have to start from ground zero. And also, I think it also affected me in the course of my university life, because sometimes I wasn't confident enough to even give my opinion or raise my hand in class because of something of that sort. Yeah.
Imposter syndrome.
Imposter syndrome.
Yeah, we started opening up.
Yes, Joy, what do you think?
I have almost a similar, actually not almost, a similar answer. When you guys, we said we would talk about this topic, I took time to meditate and just think on where it started, right? And I realized it started when I got out of primary, and then I got to a national school. So in primary, I was always the top girl.
Yes.
And then when I got to our high school, we were in the same school. My goodness, the first exam we did, I don't even want to tell you I was which position. So nilirushwa. And then now it was like, what? Wait a minute.
What happened to the village champion?
Yeah, the village champion. And then now from there, that first kuingia tu uko it caused imposter syndrome. So I was constantly doubting myself and my confidence ilienda chini. So I was like, can I? No, I know. So I think I would say natural genius as well. Yeah, that's where it started from me.
Yeah.
Mwikali.
Will it be cliche if I said we shared the same story?
No, it won't.
But then there's this other point you talked about where you said you find that you know something, but then when you encounter something you don't know, you feel inadequate. What was the name?
Expert.
I think that's me also as well, because I'll shine in the topics and I know I'll shine very much, but then when I find something I really don't know, I'll either shy away or now I'm jumping the gun, but anyway, I've taught myself how to try to relate. So if I find something I really don't know, I'm trying to teach myself to just try to relate it to something else. So that at least it doesn't
look so unfamiliar. It doesn't scare you away from learning it.
Exactly. And then also the natural genius part. Because in high school, in primary as well, I wouldn't say I was the top girl, because it was a private school. It was let me say a sister school. So everybody was there. Just shining.
Sister school, yeah,
I know. So I think the best position I could manage in primary was, I think, around position 5 to 10 there, because the competition was really tight. And then I got to high school. My shine came back. I was the top girl. Lema Girls High. And then I got to Lema Girls.
Yes.
Exactly. A very nice school. Nice. Okay. Let's skip that. So I got to university.
Not
and then
sponsored.
I got to university and then I got into class and I was looking at the way people were thinking and I was asking myself, why did I think I was smart in the first place? Because people were bright, to be honest. People were bright. And then even, I think something that even made me feel less
smart.
Yes, less smart was the fact that I didn't do so well in KCSE as I expected, which contributed to me picking a different course than I anticipated. So it kind of like built up on the same. So
again, the system.
The system. Exactly.
Dana, which type are you?
I also think I am a natural genius, but also the superhero.
Yeah.
Things will go very well.
Yeah.
I always do my best, guys. But when they don't, I am the weakest person. So tashuka from 100 to 0 because of a minor.
Perfection. I think you are more of a perfection from that description, right? Perfection.
Yesterday I attended an event here, startups. Huko ndio utapata imposter syndrome for real.
Guys, check out our previous episode on startups and how to grow tech startups.
The way Enoch was saying, there are very many ideas out there. People are coming up with ideas.
They're like, how did you think?
People are creative out there. I was just going to people randomly. I don't know how I got that.
courage.
Yes.
Anyway, I did.
It's good.
I was just going to people randomly and I was asking them, what was the idea? I am an angel investor. You can pitch to me and I listen to you. Hey, people have ideas, guys. Now, hapo ndo unapatanga, what am I doing in this world? But you are doing something just
Yeah.
a
We are
different
here.
field.
We are
They're
here.
different.
Yeah,
That's
so
Yeah.
maybe we can talk about our experience with imposter syndrome. We can start with Joy. Hi.
Hi. Hey. I think I have so many, but the one I want to circle on is one in campus. I was doing a tech related course and I got this amazing opportunity to mentor students, and it was a really amazing opportunity to just, and the opportunity was there. It was like, Joy, here is the opportunity, go do it. But for me, I was like, do I have enough to offer these people? Do I? And that's how I said no to the opportunity. And up to today, I keep thinking, whoa, what was that? So yeah, that's one of the very many. Look, you're looking at me
sorry.
sadly.
I'm sorry.
Kilonzi is
Was it
thinking.
a paid opportunity?
It was.
Even the money did not motivate you.
It was the
And you are a
notes.
campus student.
Yes.
But in campus,
Comrade.
there's that.
Comrade. But even the money wasn't
You
enough.
are rich.
That's,
you are
no,
rich.
it's not even rich. That shows the amount of doubt, like the amount
Doubt.
of damage
Self-doubt. Yeah.
And
the
cause.
imposter syndrome can cause
cause,
lead
yeah.
you to losing opportunities, guys.
That's
Yeah.
true. That's true.
Thank you for
I'm
holding
sorry.
my hand.
I'm sorry.
She's very concerned.
It's really bad. Like when you hear stories of people who have lost opportunities because of imposter syndrome, it's bad.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mwikali, tell us.
You want me to go next? Okay. So mine was not a failed opportunity. So it was more of a success story. So I'll give the example of me getting my first job, which is what I'm currently doing right now. I remember we were finishing our boot camp and a friend of mine told me there is an opportunity posted on LinkedIn, and I was like, it's okay, you apply. I didn't even think of myself first. I was like, you apply.
Huh?
Exactly. I
Yeah.
know, right? You
Yeah.
apply.
Yeah.
So they were like, why are you not applying? And I was like, I haven't learned this thing. I am self-taught. I don't feel confident enough to come back again and now start mentoring people.
Yeah.
And they were like, what's the damage it will cause? You just throw in your CV. And that's what I did. I remember even my CD wasn't edited. My CV wasn't edited. It just looked, everything was everywhere at that point. So I just threw in my CV. And then I get a call and then go to the interview bit. And then I was wondering again, what am I going to answer? Because literally, this is now, let me say a tech, this is a tech interview, but I don't feel confident enough to answer these tech questions.
Wow.
Yeah.
So I'm there again, trying to borrow resources everywhere. I think I was just all over the place for the first week. Okay, for the week towards the interview.
Yes.
But then I got to it. Confidence has never left me. So there I was shining with 0 to I don't know how many percentage knowledge. But anyway, I aced the interview and I got the job.
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
At least you talked yourself into the opportunity finally and you got it.
At least.
So imposter syndrome is not something that cannot be cured.
Exactly.
It can be overcome.
And friends actually help you. That's one
Yes.
key point.
Yeah.
Diana, tell us your experience.
I'm so surprised hearing Mwikali say she was not prepared for that job. Well, when she was talking about it, you wouldn't say that.
That's why I said confidence has never left me.
Wow.
Anyway,
Wow.
you don't see what people are inside. So
Yeah,
give
that's
people some
Credit.
credit and be kind to them also.
Yeah.
True.
For me, I think I have had many episodes of imposter syndrome, but I can't say one. In the beginning of the year, I used to get 2 opportunities
Yeah.
in tech,
Yeah.
and I used to think, can I do this really? Can I start a project from scratch? I think the first project I got, like the first, let's say project I got, I was the one who was supposed to lead that team. To know the project from scratch. We create the Figma, we do the back end, the front end, and present.
Yeah.
I was like, Diana, are you ready for this? So I kept saying, I'm busy right now. We can meet later. I'm busy right now. I think I told Lydia. I think everyone knows Lydia. If you know Diana, you know Lydia. And she was like, what's up? You can do it. You just give it a try. Ukishindwa ni sawa. At least you'll know you tried.
Yeah.
Then I finally told the guy, okay, we can just do the meeting. At the end up there was nothing big.
Yeah.
Alinipea tu, this is what I need, this is what. Then I told the team that I was to work with. It was very simple.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was surprised what was I fearing. But that is what imposter syndrome can really do to you. Because it took me like 3 months before I said, I can do it now.
Yeah.
3 months to get
Of
convinced
saying,
to take up an
I am
opportunity.
busy. I am busy, but I was not really busy. I was just gaining the courage to do it.
And I think actually the guy you were working with was patient.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
3 months,
3 months. No one has time for 3
you
months.
will have found somebody else.
So
and-
many people out here.
Hakuwa pia na haraka na your project.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, makes sense.
Makes sense.
What about
Kilonzi.
you, Faith? What's your story?
Guys, you want me to cry? So, I've had many episodes like Dana. One of them that I think was very high impacting was this one. A recruiter reaches out to me on LinkedIn for a site reliability engineer position at Amazon. Amazon in South Africa. You guys, I've not applied for this opportunity. A recruiter has reached out directly to me. Get this job. First day, I'm like, am I looking to switch jobs? Maybe I'm not looking to switch jobs, you guys. Then I remember the data structures and algorithm questions, the DSL, the lead code that I have to do to prepare for this position.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm comfortable in my current position. Then she reaches out again. And I'm like, okay, fine. Let's schedule a call. And she gives me my first quick fire. You know how in the first tech interview, they call you and ask you, okay, so what's the time complexity of quicksort? What's the space complexity? Why? How do you insert into an array? Those small quick fire questions to just see if you're ready for an interview. We do that call and I'm good. Then she tells me, okay, now these are the resources that you need to, because if you know big tech, you know that big tech will give you resources to prepare. For an interview. And I do it well. I take the resources, I start studying late at night, I start working. And the first interview, I was supposed to have it on Monday. I remember I traveled to Shags. And I just kept thinking about this interview. I mean, I even had my quick notes. I was going through them in the matatu. I was just reading through. Am I ready for this interview? And the more I read those, I've practiced. I mean, we've worked together, you guys, and you know, I was also the ones championing for, let's do some data structures. Let's do these questions. But here I am. The interview is on Monday and it's on Saturday morning and I'm freaking out. I'd had an accident the previous week, but the accident was not bad, you guys. It was bad. We had gone out, overturned the car, and it was traumatizing to that extent, but not physically I was not so much affected. It was just my leg. But I used that
as an excuse
to chicken out of that interview.
So you told them you had an accident.
I can read that interview to you. I can read that email to you guys
said,
right now.
I am not in the mental space.
I'm sorry, I got into an accident and I cannot make it to the interview. The recruiter even emailed me back and they're like, we are very sorry, we can schedule in the future.
And then what did you say?
Thank you for your understanding.
And that was the end of it.
That was the end of it.
You didn't do
then
the interview.
the hiring freeze started.
Oh.
And Amazon styling of people, and that's how I never got the chance to interview again.
But then it would have been a blessing in disguise because you would have gotten maybe and you would have been laid off. Thinking about it. No, thinking
we
about
can't think like that because we are making excuses, more excuses. The thing is,
For imposter syndrome.
you didn't sit for the interview, and that's quite sad.
It's very sad. I
me
mean, you
go
guys, who doesn't want to work for the first day in farm?
You better go there. Okay, not this is a I don't know dark joke. But if she was laid off, angesema ex Amazon,
Yes. Ex Amazon
that's a big thing, right? Hey.
Positivity.
Ex Amazon, I attract angel. Can I also use it as part of my next CV? Was headhunted but could not.
Yes, by the way.
Did not sit for the interview. That's
that was very bad for me. I think it took some time for me to even recover from yes, I've chickened out of the opportunity, and I know very well that I should have at least just tried whether I got in or not. But it took some time for me to forgive myself because I thought that I'd fumbled. See, that's fumbling the bag, you guys.
You actually fumbled.
I actually fumbled. Like,
you did. Just
there was
like
imposter
me.
syndrome.
All of us. Okay, except these two.
Fumblers.
Fellow fumbler. Fumbler of the bag.
I think the worst part of imposter syndrome is when you don't do it now, recovering from that.
Yes.
Because you'll always be asking yourself,
What if I did?
what was the worst that could
Would have
happen?
happened. A rejection letter, unfortunately.
Yeah.
I think we are so used to unfortunately. Amo, you are not used to that.
Right now, I'm used to it.
Yeah, I'm used to it.
I know me, I'm not. I still get shocked.
You still get shocked.
Heartbreak.
They could not see the potential in me.
Yeah, me.
But at least they tell you, we have kept you in our database.
Yes.
We
I
will
wish you
review.
all the best in your
The database has
future.
been deleted.
No, we will review once opportunities like this arise again.
They will
But anyway,
not.
we
That's
know
a
they
lie.
definitely.
But the other day, I
know.
also sent a rejection email.
To someone.
Hey, it feels nice doing
It feels
that.
good to send. Hey, you guys.
Really?
Like, you get an opportunity, you say, unfortunately, at this particular point, I'm not available, or whatever you're offering.
I
is
thought
not
you
good
said
enough.
Oh,
you're
like
sending
you're
it to someone and
refusing.
you guys are happy that you're
Yeah.
sending it to someone.
How
No,
easy.
I'm happy to
did
send
not
it to a
make this
company.
To a company.
Or to a company.
Yes, they gave me the opportunity. Wasn't good enough. I sent an rejection.
They
Email.
feel the way we feel, right?
Yeah, I hope they did. I hope
Look
they
at
did.
Rose.
The role is still open as from what I've seen as of
You're not
yesterday.
good enough for me as
Yes.
well.
Please.
Guys.
I looked for an excuse. Nikasema, hey, roll me a sato. Sato, I go to church and I praise the Lord.
Amen.
All right, Miss
Amen,
SDA,
Mongina.
we get it.
We got it.
Anyway, so what do you think are the triggers to imposter syndrome? Maybe we can say 1 point each. What are the triggers? What causes imposter syndrome? Are we not capable? Is it just a character that we have? Or are we just drawn to it?
For me, it's more of, I think new spaces scare me. And also, I think every time I've had to start a new job, I've had to create or learn something new or be in an environment which I'm not naturally smart in, I'm more likely to get triggered, or it's more like that environment is more likely to trigger imposter syndrome. And also when I'm surrounded by equally smart people that challenge what I know. Yeah.
So I would say I also had that. New environments in general, maybe new languages, new environment,
and
yeah,
tech.
tools. But the other thing I would say is previous mistakes and failures. So if you've failed previously, it's easy to say, but I failed the other time. So now, will I?
not try.
Yeah, yeah. So
That's true.
previous failures, stroke mistakes.
Okay. I'd also relate to the previous experiences, because now you're thinking, if you fail in an interview, what makes you think you'll ace this coming interview?
Yeah.
But then I'd also talk about lack of preparedness. So you find that you having a role and you aren't fully prepared for it. Even when you're going into the interview, you won't have the confidence to talk about it because you're basically not fully prepared.
Yeah.
So lack of preparedness is
also
another
add
thing.
the art of not mastering delusion.
The Lulu is there.
Salulu.
Nice.
If you are not delulu enough,
I think mine is mostly anxiety. I just feel like sai na nisipopata nikuwa nimewesti time yote prepared sijui kuenda kusikiza watu hapa alafu they are listening to me with very yes go ahead, what project did you do, alafu mwishowe hapo unfortunately but mostly they don't, just try.
that's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah. Okay.
And what do you use maybe? What are the things that you can use to overcome imposter syndrome as tech people?
Okay.
I would say, first of all, acknowledging it.
Yeah.
Acknowledge that it is there. Yes, this is me as Rona, and I am now doubting myself in this situation. So what do I do next? I'm not saying it's always the case, but sometimes we can. I had a podcast. I was hearing a podcast some time back, and they were saying we seem to take maybe anxiety as a bad thing. Like, what if we change the perspective of it? Okay, imposter syndrome is not. It can help you grow when you change the perspective of how you think. It doesn't always to be a negative thing when we think of it. So
Yes.
So when you change the perspective of it, what do? You start looking for ways for you to grow.
Yeah.
That's the first thing.
If you feel like you're not good enough in this space, how can you be good enough?
Yes. So don't stay there self-doubting. Oh, pity. Okay, pity yourself, cry if you have to. But after that, pick yourself up, start looking for ways to grow and make yourself, gives you confidence, number one. Yeah.
That's true.
Okay. I think for mine, especially for the field interviews, I've learned to ask for feedback.
Okay.
So what are the areas you feel as a recruiter I didn't do well in? Can you tell me some of the key points I can maybe improve on?
Yes.
I'd be happy to say that I went for some interview some time back. I failed and I asked for feedback, and the recruiter gave me feedback. They told me you weren't confident enough talking about your personal projects. I think it was mainly about the personal projects because the technical bit was okay. But then now I've learned that the next time I go for an interview, I'll be confident enough talking about my personal projects.
That's true. I think for me, what I'm doing is mostly I'm learning. Tech is one of those ever-changing fields. There's always going to be new language, new tool, new technique, new job opportunity that is coming your way. And if you're sitting in a place where you're comfortable, then you're not going to learn enough for you to prepare. Like she said, preparedness is one of the main reasons or main ways to fight against imposter syndrome, because if you know that this new role requires me to learn maybe solidity, what am I doing to at least have an idea of solidity? Even before I go to that interview, I can tell them, I'm willing to learn, but this is what I know. So at least I have something that I have, and I'm also willing to learn and grow it. I think also something else that I'm learning is no one knows everything. There was this TikTok lady I follow. She talks about corporate politics and how to navigate corporate jargon. Yes. So the other day she was saying the people that you think are juniors in this space, they are not. They are also trying to figure it out.
I just remember this story that was going around the lawyer.
Yes.
You guys, when you're there sitting thinking that you don't know, the ones who don't are out there making it.
Winning cases. Our very own micros.
Hey.
And it's also, I think in the comfort of that, knowing that no one has it figured out.
Yeah.
Do you know, I've realized that tech is one of those places where we have so many people making noise. How much money they're making, where they're working, the projects they are working on, the companies they're working for. And you can actually get pressurized. You feel the pressure of, why am I not doing it? Or are these opportunities not coming my way? This person, maybe they only have my app on GitHub. But the way they've talked about that my app, they're getting angel investors like that.
Guys. Anyway, yesterday we have talked about the nobody knows anything.
Yes.
I don't want to say the name because
please don't say.
Maybe their manager will see this.
Yeah.
But they were telling me that their manager doesn't know any tech stuff.
Yes.
But he attends all tech events.
Yes.
And people think he knows a lot of things because of why would you attend an event that you don't relate to?
Of course.
And the way he communicates, at least when you go
Politics.
to an event, you just have to know something. You
Yes.
start in an act kama a starter to a conversation.
Okay, let's talk about blockchain.
Yeah, have you heard about this big thing? You just go there confident and they will think, huyo msee anajua vitu, but in real sense,
zero.
hauko. Okay, the way I will cope with imposter syndrome is, first, for me, mostly it's based on anxiety. So my therapist said, for once I'm using my therapist, he was telling me that the only thing that you can control is what your input, but the outcome totally out of your control.
That's true.
So in everything that you do, you can make a lot of effort. You can wake up, you can go to the gym, you can learn React, you can prepare all the DSA, but if the recruiter doesn't kubali you, hatakukubali.
That's true.
As long as you have done your bit,
Yeah.
the rest of it all is up to them. Or you don't have any control. So just do the work that you need to do, then leave the rest to God or to your natural superpower.
Yeah.
And the
That's
people
true.
that will recruit you.
One more thing before we finalize. The other thing is, I think people. I think people is a critical part. If you have someone you can talk to, for example, I feel like most of the time when I'm having an opportunity and doubting myself, I talk to these people and they're like, no, you go do it. You're capable. So if you can find people to lean on them. If you don't have people to lean on yourself. I do this I personally write letters to myself when I am in good spaces. So I find a way to go back and refine. Just encourage yourself. So if you don't have anyone, you can be your own strength, man. You've got you. Yeah.
Okay.
I think journaling really helps.
Yeah.
Journal
It does.
in good moments and in the worst moments.
Yeah.
Create a balance. Usiende tu hapo kulia kwa notebook wakati uko na stress.
I actually think I did that. I cried, and then when the good times came, I stopped writing. I'll try and get back
you
to
see,
it.
you should not do that. You should write each day, at
Constantly.
least every day.
Yeah.
And write something. Okay, we can give our part in shorts. This was a very interesting episode. Sorry. Yeah.
Who is starting us off?
Mwikali.
You have not started as of.
Guys, I'm blank. But anyway, what other people say is not really what you're capable of doing or what your worth is. The fact that they are saying no to you doesn't really put a measure to what you're able to do. Because you're able to do so much more. And the fact that they don't see it is their problem. It's not a you problem.
Their loss.
Yeah, their loss, as Kilonzi said. So I'll repeat just what Mongina said literally. Work on yourself, do your bit, the rest will follow.
That's true.
Yeah. I think for me, I would say don't wallow too much in your imposter syndrome. Please cry, get over with it, and again, move. Start working on yourself every day. Invest some time. 20 minutes, read something new every day. You grow and you get your confidence as time goes.
Confidence is everything. There's a reason why you are in that space. You qualified for that role. You're qualified to be in that room. Please step into it and take up all the space that you need to take. Because sometimes you just need to tell yourself that you are qualified. And that is enough.
Rejection is
Redirection.
Redirection. Say it again.
Rejection is our everyday. Like, you'll always be rejected, be it by people, companies, things that you do. So always believe that rejection is redirection. God is setting you for a big space that
For a
you
higher
really
space.
deserve. Yeah. So don't cry. Cry if you want to, but usishinde hapo. Move
Yeah.
on. Yeah. Let go, then
Let
work
God.
for better opportunities. Yeah.
While
Let
you're at
go,
it,
then
please
let
make
God.
sure that you buy our merchandise. So as Global Tech Sellers, you can support our podcast by watching, listening across the sharing, commenting, everything that you need to do to promote this podcast, please do.
Yeah.
And while you're at it, production costs money, and we are also trying to put our name out there as Global Tech Sellers. So we have hoodies, we have t-shirts, we have branded merchandise that you can purchase and support our work. And let's walk this journey together. As you can see, we are navigating. So let's sail through.
Let's sail through.
Okay.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.
That was an interesting season. See you in the next. Have a good one.
Bye-bye.
Bye.